What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Samantha Lee. Let me go ahead and sit on my pillow because y'all can't really see me as well while I'm sitting on the thing here. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody is well. Let me sit up here. What's up, everyone? What's going on? It's your girl, Samantha Lee. Let me get myself together. How's everybody doing? You know, we have a good show tonight. Y'all know I got my puppy. My puppy. I got my puppy. Yes, y'all. I got the one of my cat suits on. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show tonight. We have a really great show planned for y'all. So I'm excited about this particular topic. I've done research on this. I've decided to not do my lives differently. Do y'all need another light to see me? Let me get my other light. I usually have two lights, so let me get the other light so that y'all can see me. I think y'all can see me pretty well, but let me get another light. 1 second. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not. No. Sorry, y'all. Do this. Perfect. Okay. So yes, welcome to tonight's live. I gotta watch this with the screen off. Why? I'm not wearing anything inappropriate. Am I wearing something inappropriate? I decided I was gonna wear, like, I had a different jumpsuit, but I felt like it was black. And I was like, let me, I just got a new one. I was like, let me wait, and let me just wear one that y'all have already seen. So do I have a ring light? I have, so Pam gave me like a small little ring light, and then I have another bigger light that's behind it. I don't have the whole package, the lighting package that I should have. If I had a lighting package, y'all would be able to see. I mean, y'all could, it would be even better. But you guys can see me pretty well now. I want to thank everybody that came out to the live on Monday night. So I'm going to definitely be going live again next Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing it the same way. I'll do it on my phone so that we can do it that way. I do prefer, obviously, StreamYard. I like my camera, my computer camera. But I did think that people liked having that interaction on the phone. So I'm going to do it again. So you guys can catch me 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Monday. So the thing about, I want to shout out first and foremost to everybody that did the giving last week. We had some really, really good, we had good topics. We had good things to talk about, but there was people that just continuously show up for me. And I want to I have to say thank you to them. Tommy is one of those people that every week is giving, every week is showing up. And I just want to thank him, so I want to thank him. Benji just started the giving. So thank you, Benji, for also doing super chats and people hitting the Cash App. I appreciate each and everybody that decides they want to give. You don't understand sometimes how challenging some of this stuff can be. And I think some of you guys do get it. You've seen me in this 2-year journey of me building this channel, me building, doing content, doing everything I could think of to make this thing what it is today and what it will be tomorrow. And so I want to thank everybody that decides to give, decides to show up, decides to support me. And one way to support me without having to put any money out is hitting the like button, y'all. Hitting that like button, it helps us so much. So if you can hit that like button now, let's get the likes going. And we could just start the party that way. Helps us get into the algorithm. I definitely have goals. I want to get to 400,000 subscribers. I want to say by the end of this year. I know that's a lofty goal, but I think we can do it. I'm going to do my part. I just need you guys to do yours. One thing you could do is go ahead and hit that like button. Otherwise than that, let me go ahead and I created an outline for tonight because I want to stay on topic. I can get long-winded and get into different things. So I want to make sure. Somebody just started the giving on the Cash App. Thank you, Quinn. Thank you, Quinn. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up and showing out. Y'all are awesome. Always, always. So we're going to go ahead and get started with my outline that I created. So first and foremost, I want to introduce myself to everybody that's watching me, everybody that may know me, may not know me. My name is Samantha Lee. I have a platform. I bless to have a platform on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. It's Love Samantha Lee on all three platforms. I have a podcast called More Than Just Pretty Podcast. I've been featured on a number of podcasts. Some better experiences than others, but however, it's been a journey. I used to do Miracle Mondays, a freeform Bible study on Instagram, and it's turned into other things for me. So here I am. My background is I went to University of Georgia. Go Dogs. I got my bachelor's in psychology, a minor in women's studies, and then I went back and got my master's in social work. Then I became a licensed clinical social worker. Now I'm in between. I'm trying to get that back. I had it lapse, and unfortunately I have to just go back and do some more credit hours. But anyway, long story short, became licensed, and I did therapy. I've done all different kinds of stuff with that particular license. Advocate for policies, bills to be passed. I've done a lot of different things. I've worked anywhere from jail and prison systems, domestic violence agencies, sex trafficking agencies. I've done it all. The Department of Family and Children's Services. I've done it all when it comes to this social work thing. And so I've always had an opinion. I've always been pretty strong about my opinion. I have a passion for relationships. And so this is what I do. I love doing this. I'm educated in it. And so that's why I do what I do. I'm not just a girl that just is here. I educated in it. In addition to that, this is a reflection of my perspectives. I've, in addition to being intrigued by things, I've had experiences. I've seen other people go through experiences. I've done therapy. So I've coached people. So I've seen a lot of different things in dating. I've experienced things on my own. So it's a mix of my spiritual, my educational things that I've done and what I've actually seen in therapy. And then my spirituality is like a combo of all three. A lot of people want to know why I do the man thing. Like, why am I such an advocate for men? Well, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm like the only girl. I have two brothers. I was blessed to have a present father, and I have a stepdad who was just as present as my father when he came into my life. I have a lot of male figures in my life, more male figures than female, if we're being real. And so when I saw a lot of kind of like the damaging rhetoric against men, it kind of brought that big sister energy out of me that made me want to defend and made me want to advocate for. And that's why I do a lot of work for men, because I've been raised by great men. I have been raised with great men, and therefore I am passionate about advocating for them, educating them, just like if I was their big sister. Because I think a lot of guys don't have a big sis that they can call like my brothers can, or my little brother can. My older brother act like he know everything. So anyway, that's where that comes from. Thank you, Benji, for starting off the giving already. So some of y'all, just so y'all know who I am, I don't really come on a live doing that, but that's that. So today's topic is 8 secret truths women will never admit. Now I have like 15. But as many as we can get into today, we're going to get into, okay? Because I want to make sure that I want to give you guys things that you can walk away from, okay? Or walk away with. Understanding what I'm saying, what I'm not saying. Because I think this is very important. Not only for women, but for men to understand women. My whole point of my whole platform is not to separate us. It's to create a bridge of understanding. Because of the things that I've experienced, things I've seen, my education, I just want to bridge it. I think a lot of people are like against each other. We're pitting men against women, and that's just not right. We are better together. And so That's that. And again, Tommy, I'm going to shout you out. Thank you. Starting off the giving already. So guys, we going to get into this topic. 8 secrets, truths that women will never admit. I was inspired. I want to shout out to Olivia Alexa. I think Olivia Alexa is phenomenal. I like her channel. I like what she does. This is a topic that she actually did, and I thought it was great. And I was like, let me find some. I think that there's some things that men can really learn about women. Women can learn about themselves. And this could be fun. So like, yeah, anyway. All right. So I want you guys, as we go along this thing, I want you guys to tell me what you think. We're going to go through every single secret that I have. I have, like I said, 15 I've prepared, but I promise you guys 8. And so I'm going to do 8 at least tonight. I need to hear what you guys got to say. Okay. I want you guys to hit that like button. Let's get it going. Apologize. I'm getting my words all together because you girls, it's been a long day. Your girl was cleaning today. And so I got my things. I believe we're going to hit 1 million views one day. I believe that too, Benji. Speak it. I want to thank everybody that's commented. So we about to get into it. The first secret that I want to share tonight, first secret that women will not admit, is number 1, enjoying the chase in a relationship. Number 1, enjoying the chase in a relationship. That's the first secret. Why is this important to understand? I think a lot of guys, they feel like if they're, no matter who the woman is, they feel like, oh, I like her, I don't want to play games. And that's fine. I don't think you should play games. But what you have to understand about women is that we are hypergamous. We just are. It's biology. If we get it too easily, we don't appreciate it. Okay. And that doesn't mean you haphazardly play games. No, that means that a woman earns her place in your life. Okay. She earns a place. She doesn't just get time. She doesn't just get energy. She doesn't just get things, right? Just because she's fine, just because she's educated, just because she's that. Let a woman have the space to prove her character, integrity. What is she about? Like a lot of guys, they see a pretty picture and they don't take time to understand whether that picture is real, right? You may not know who you're dealing with. They might have painted a great picture on social media or on them daggone dating profiles, but that is not who they are. Okay? So with that being said, you can't just give somebody energy carte blanche. You can't just be texting every day, calling every day. No. Women need a little chase, baby. It is what it is. We do. Not a little chase in the sense of like she's chasing you. What I'm saying is let her not feel like she's the only or your best option. That's really what it is. Not letting, don't show your hand, okay? Not right away. That is how, like, waiting it out a little bit more, not necessarily just giving it all in one breath. Women need to feel like you have options. They just do. Okay? And I think a lot of men, they get excited, they get, they want to lock it down and they move really fast. And then there's an in-between, y'all. There's an in-between. There's people that overly, they go too far, and then there's men that don't do anything. We got to be in the middle because somebody got to lead. Somebody's got to start the journey. Somebody's got to start it. I'm a big person of following the leader. Okay. When you move, I move just like that. You move, I move just like that. Just that little Ludacris song. That's exactly how I go. Okay. I'm not going to give you more than you give me. And so that's how I move. But if you move, I will move. Just like that. But I'm not going to be the person that's going to initiate. I'm not going to be the person that's going to be like, hey, let's meet up. Like, I'm not her. I need a man to kind of like meet me in the in-between. Like, I want to see you. Okay, well, I like you, so I'm gonna make that thing happen. I'll tell you when I can go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just open the door. I'll walk in it. But that's how I move. So there's an in between of being overly pursuing or giving chasing energy and trying to convince her energy versus not doing anything at all. Because not doing anything at all, you're gonna lose her as well. You got to be in the middle. Like, I want you, but I ain't gonna chase you. I want you, but I'm not gonna tap dance to get you to like me. I want you. I want to see you. I want to spend time with you. But that's that, right? Just like that. Just like that. So that is the first one. Women need that. Women need that, y'all. It's very important. Women need that. Women need that. They like the chase. They like the chase. Why you think all these women want desirable men? We want the most desirable men that have the most options. Like, we want that particular type of person because we want to feel that chase. A man that got a lot of options ain't settling down quick. He's just not. Well, most times he's just not. It's going to take him time. And some women feel like they can handle a man with a lot of options. It's not an easy situation to handle a man with a lot of options because a man has a lot of options. And that means he might have to vet them things out. Or it's going to just take him a little longer to settle it down. All right? Not everybody can handle men with options. I'm just being honest. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But that's what we need to do. The complexity of wanting both excitement and stability. So women need a little bit of excitement. Women don't need too much predictability. They need a little razzle dazzle, a little, just need to feel like they earning their spot a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So that's number one. Number two. And I'm actually going to go out of order. One thing that I thought was very interesting in a lot of my studies was this one. And I'm going to bring it up. Research suggests that women are less likely to overestimate their appearance or their attractiveness than men. Young men overestimate their attraction. Young women underestimate their attraction. Okay? So I know women like to do the big bad wolf, I got this, I got that, and I'm better than this, and I'm fine. Deep down inside, when women are deciding to make certain decisions or doing certain things, at the end of the day, or when they're putting themselves out there in that way, a lot of people are just putting on a front. When I speak to women one-on-one, the truth comes out. When women are speaking or rating themselves to other people that are not men or their competition, the truth comes out. Okay? Women don't feel high and mighty. That is an act. Research shows men tend to overestimate, which we see. We see all over the place. Men overestimate their attractiveness to women, whereas women underestimate. And I have found that to be true. I know that what we see on the media does not reflect that, but research studies show, my experiences echo this, that women tend to underestimate their attractiveness. What does that mean? That means that women are adequately aware of what level they are. I know that there's a rhetoric online that says that women don't know, they think they attend. Yes, they can go on Kevin Samuel's show and say they attend. They don't feel like they really attend. I don't believe that, not for 1 second. I think that they did that to get his validation. They wanted to be validated by him. And so they did what they did. But I believe that most women do not see them, they see themselves lower than how other people see them. It's just true. And so when I say this, I say this because most women, and this is what studies show, this is the research I found, are going to date within their attractive level. Men estimate their attractive level as well. And they're going to date and marry within their attractive level. That's what it says. That's what studies show. It's a law of similar attraction. Most people are going to end up being with people within their league. Whatever league that is, whatever level of attraction that is where they end up. Okay? So I say that to say that when we're seeing a lot of the stuff on the media, and I know it's sensationalized, and women can do this big bad wolf talk that I dislike, but the reality is most women don't see themselves as attractive as they try to persuade the world through their media, right? Otherwise, why are they going out and getting BBLs, risking their life? Why are they getting tons of plastic surgery? Why is plastic surgery such a booming business? Okay, that's not reflective of we feel great about ourselves. No, it's reflective of I'm willing to risk my life because I don't feel like I'm that girl. So I'm going to do things and put my life on the line to feel like I'm that girl. Okay, so I say all of that to say that yeah, women are women are insecure. I mean, it just is what it is. And so when you see this on the media, I want you guys to not be discouraged that women are not settling, women are not this. No, when I see women's behavior versus what they say is two different things. Every woman I done met, they'll tell me, I want this, I want that. They end up with this guy. I met one woman, she was big bad wolfing it all day long. Okay, big bad wolfing it. Saying, oh, I want this guy, I want him, blah, blah, blah. She ended up with a guy who had no job at all. She is the breadwinner. So you did all that, but you ended up with him. So that tells me what your real value is. We can do this whole, we can do all that all day. You see Sparkle like, what? She's like, what? But the reality is, I can tell, you can tell by the relationships women engage in, the choices that they make romantically, how they really feel about themselves. Words are just words, family. Actions speak louder than words, in my perspective and opinion. Men, on the other hand, tend to overestimate their attractiveness. And so that's another thing. That's a whole nother conversation. We won't even get into that. We'll get into that another day. All right, you guys, let me, before I move on to, we've given two so far, right? We've given two so far. So one of the ones that I brought up was women liking the chase. Number two was talking about how women tend to underestimate their attractive level. It's not what is put out on the media or how they present themselves on the media. That's the difference. So I want to know in the chat, what do you guys think about what I'm sharing? Is there questions that you may have? Is there comments you have? I'll take a couple of comments before I move on. So let me see. So JB says he got a bunch of 10s in this chat. Okay. I don't know what that means. All right. Got Rescued Auto says, I told my nephew yesterday, take your time and see a woman's character, speech, and interactions with you and others. You'll see how she is. I agree with that. No, I agree with that. And I would honestly say as well, family, I don't know why Sparkle keep doing this. Girl, Why you keep doing this? Okay. Get it together, Sparkle. Get it together. But at the end of the day, I think that you can tell by people's media, you can tell by what they post, how they post, whatever. This says a lot about people. You know what I'm saying? You can see how people want to be represented. You just can see a lot, and outside of just media, because that's the picture they want to paint. You have to see things through. You can't get so excited about a person that you negate other aspects that they're showing you. I meet men all the time. They oh, she bad. Okay, but she's not a good person, bro. She's not a good person. Sorry, puppy. She's not a good person. If she has children, is she taking care of her kids? If she's does she work? What does she do? What does she value? Does she have a good relationship with her family? Like, these are things you have to think about. Is she considerate? Is she compassionate? Is she supportive? Or does she need a reason to support you? Right? These are things you can see off the jump. I'm just saying. Just saying, family. Let me see. So, yeah, I don't know what I think Shannon wants my attention. Shannon, what's cap? What's cap, Shannon? Because Shannon's been saying cap since I started talking. So what's cap, Shannon? John is asking a question. I'm going to get into that. Thank you, John, for the super chat. If women are so hypergamous, how come they keep ending up with bums, like dudes with no job at all? My whole point, John. That is my whole point. Women will say a lot of things. They'll do the big bad wolf talk. Why do I call it big bad wolf talk? Because what does the big bad wolf with the three little pigs do? He huffs and he puffs and he does not blow the sturdy house down. He can blow down houses of straw. He can blow down houses of sticks, but he cannot blow down a house that's built out of rocks. What does that mean? That means that they're just saying stuff that is very superficial and might mean a lot in superficial superficial environments. But when you get deep, when you start really thinking and talking to them and they're making decisions, you start to see who that person truly is. And then my whole thing is that most women are saying that they want this, but how they truly feel about themselves will dictate what type of partner they end up being with. If they're saying they deserve the top of the food chain, but they're dealing with a guy who ain't got no job and they got to support, that means the reflection of how they feel about themselves is that the guy with no job is the best I can do. That is like when people tell me I could do better than my man, okay, then prove it. Because if you staying in that relationship and you're trying to portray to me or to the world that is the best that is not the best you can do, or you just with him and blah blah, that's not true. It's not true, sweetheart, because you're still there. You're still there. So for me, when women say they're hypergamous, to your point, John, and they're saying that, but they end up with this or they settle with this, that's a true reflection of how they feel about themselves. That is the reflection. That's why I think it's very important to understand who a person has been with. Whereas, we've talked about with men are ambitious. Men are trying to get the baddest thing, the best option that they can get as well. They really are. And with social media, it's made it harder for men to settle down because they seeing a new female every day that might meet their criteria but don't. I did this on a post, and I mean it. It says that, you know, they're looking at other options, makes it hard for them to settle down, but the grass only looks greener on the ground. The grass only look greener on the ground. Now that it's not on the ground, it's not that green anymore. I'm just saying, a lot of people risking their families, risking their lives, risking whatever for what looks good on the ground. And it don't look good in real life. I'm just saying. So again, that's I say that all the time. But men are ambitious. Men want to get the best possible candidate. They want to lock down the best thing that they can get. And I will give men this. I actually did a video about how men handle breakups and how it's so different from women. Men are they're very logical in their process. Men are much more logical than women in our process. And I think that that's why you guys do what you guys do. You know, I can really appreciate that. Especially looking at it from the perspective I am now. Men are definitely different in how they select partners. They're thinking like, okay, even if I'm not in her league, I'm gonna shoot my shot anyway. And there's videos all over the YouTube space where men are learning how to shoot their shot with women that they know is not in their league. And I can appreciate that. I understand it. You know, I understand it. All right, let's go to number 3, y'all. I don't want to belabor points or talk about stuff that you guys don't care about. So let me go back. So the next secret I want to bring up is this, and this is a thing for me. This is a me thing. This is a me thing, family. I'm telling on myself. Sometimes women want to be rescued. And they don't want to ask you to be rescued. I read that what makes anyone, whether they're male or female, more attractive is generosity. Number 1. Whether male or female, if a woman's generous or a man is generous, then being generous makes them more attractive. Number 2, going into my point, there are times, there have been times in my life where I wanted to be rescued. I had a situation probably a couple years ago, just being completely honest, where 2 tires blew out on one side of my car. At the time, I was driving a truck. Okay. Thankfully, my daughter was not in the car with me, but on my one side of my truck, it was 2 tires that blew out. And it was a moment where I was dating someone, and I would have loved for them to show up for me, but they didn't. I wanted them to, hey, of course I don't, I don't recall all the instances of everything like that, but it was like in that moment, it's like, okay, I can't trust you to really be there for me. Even if you're not in the same place or same state or anything like that, it's like you want a man to show up, or you're dealing with things privately in your own life, and you have a man in your life and he's just there. You're not, when you're going through things, you're still going through things alone. If you can be in a whole relationship and be all by yourself. Right. And I will say that made me so unattracted to the person that I was dealing with, because as I was dealing with what I was actually dealing with, and I'm I'm being the girl, the damsel in distress, like, oh my gosh, like I'm going through this, da da da, crying. Well, why don't you call your dad? Where's your dad? He not there? Where's your brother? Don't he live in? What? That made me like, okay, so what are you here for? like, uh, like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like in that moment, I wanted that man. I don't even care if you really weren't gonna show up. I don't care if you had no intention. When a woman is in any type of predicament and she is rocking with you and you want this woman, listen to me clear, man. We want you to show up. We want you to put on your cape and be Superman for a second. I guarantee you it will go a long way. I had in my life, in a relationship, the relationship I ended up getting married in, that was something that person did in the beginning stages of dating. It showed me that when I was going through stuff, I wasn't going through stuff by myself. It made me feel like I had somebody that had my back, right? Of course, in the beginning stages of dating, it made me feel that way. And that was like, wow, I have somebody in my life that has my back, and that's very attractive. That is a very, very, very attractive quality when you know that a man has you. Like, yes, I have a strong personality, but I'm a woman. I'm not a big woman. I'm not like a huge person. I'm kind of, for all intents and purposes, to some people, small. I want a man to be a man. I want a man to be a man. I want a man who has my back. If I'm going through something, that he shows up. And I don't have to ask him to show up. He knows to show up because he's a man. Hey, puppy. because he's a man. So yes, guess what? I call my stepdad. I call okay, Shannon just trolling me, y'all. Shannon just trolling me. So is Shannon a woman? Shannon just want to troll me. Shannon, what's wrong? You okay? Are you okay, girl? You all right? It's okay. It's gonna get better. Ow. Mamas don't know. Oh, I'm on the range where the deer and the antelope play. Shannon is a man. Oh, my bad. Yes, I did. I did show up. I did. It ended up being. Here's the thing, family. Not going to get into the details of that situation. That's not what we're here to do. What I'm here to do is portray a point. Did I show up for that person? Absolutely. Did they show up for me? Yes, in the beginning phases, they did. But yes, of course I did. Of course, if anybody knows my personality, if I've been showing up for YouTube for 2 years consistently, I show up. I've always shown up. I'm a show up type of person. That's what I do. However, it is what it is. We do things differently. Let's move. My whole point in saying all that is women want to feel like when they caught a man that everything's going to be okay. That's really what it is. They want to caught a man and want to feel like everything's going to be okay. And I think, sometimes men are like, they're waiting for oh, she didn't tell me that everything was okay, or oh, she didn't, ask me for help. It's like, no, like, I shouldn't have to ask you for help. Like, I feel like if you know that you dealing with a woman and you care about this woman, she shouldn't have to ask you for help. Women want to be rescued. I don't care how independent they are. They want to be rescued. Sometimes they want to be rescued. Moving along. Attraction is negotiable, but loyalty isn't. Attraction is negotiable, loyalty isn't. Here's the thing, family. Women, attraction is important. Let's start there. And we're gonna go back. We're gonna go backwards. Attraction is important. And I would honestly say that a woman, you do not want to be with a woman who is not attracted to you. You don't want that. You don't want that. Because when times are tough and she doesn't feel that little tingling in her body for you, when the going gets rough and you get on her nerves, now she also thinking that you ugly. Like, not this ugly, she might be in her head like that. It makes hard times harder when you don't have a baseline level of attraction. Some men are like, oh, I don't care. I just want this super beautiful woman or super beautiful person. But if she does not see you the same way, it makes hard times harder. You want a woman in your life that is attracted to you. I know what the media is saying. Oh my gosh, get your money up. Do that so you can qualify for better looking women. Okay, do that. But the reality is, the only difference between when you were trying to get the woman and when you get the woman now is money. So if the woman that you wanted when you didn't have money didn't want you, the only reason why she with you now is because of money. So when the times get hard and the going gets tough, and you already knew she wasn't attracted to you without the money, then you already know that when that thing changes or the situation changes, she out. Because the only thing that was attractive about you was the only thing that changed from the time you wanted her the first time to the time you wanted the second time. You got to get a woman who is attracted to you. And men, you know when a woman really feeling you. You can't tell me you don't. You can't tell me you don't. I know. We all know when people are attracted to us and when they're not. A lot of times it's when men know they're going out of their league. Doesn't necessarily mean that a woman won't be attracted to you. But what I'm saying is there's more danger zone. Money cannot make anyone attractive, Lanaya. That's not true. Money might make you attractive in some ways, but that doesn't make your body move. There should be some type of baseline attractiveness that is with both parties. There should be. Okay? Because you're going to get a better version of that woman if she's attracted to you. That's just my perspective and opinion. Now, for me, moving forward, the attraction part also cannot stand alone. Sparkle, relax, mamas, relax. I'm about to put you down because you acting up, sis. You acting up. Go over here. You want to take your little bone? Okay. No, there's other aspects. Here's what you have to hear me out, guys. Hear me out, please. Hear me very clear. Attractiveness is not just about physical appearance with women. I told you this once and I'll tell you guys this again. It's a package. But if the only difference between you trying to get her and you getting her now is money, then that's the difference, right? Because your personality, your looks, and everything else did not attract her before. But if you're meeting a man and his personality is attractive, or the way that he carries himself is attractive, swag, being funny, all these things go a long way. Having a good character, those things go a long way. They go a very long way. So I don't want you guys to feel like when I'm saying attractive, I'm just talking about physical appearance. I'm talking about a package. The package has to be attractive. Outside of the financial aspect of things being there. Is that attractive? Yes, it is attractive. But that should not be the only thing that's attractive about you to this person. So if times are getting tough, but I like you genuinely as a person, and I'm attracted to you as a person prior to you having money and not having money, then guess what? It really don't matter, because I'm rocking with you regardless. But you have to feel that someone is attracted to you. How do you know? Well, some women's gonna tell you that they're attracted to you, and they will act like they're attracted to you, right? There are certain things. I'm gonna tell a man I think he's handsome. I'm not gonna tell a man if I don't think he's handsome. You gotta be attractive to me. I can't make my body do things to you. Just being free. I'm keeping it real with y'all tonight. I can't make my body want to do things to you if I'm not attracted to you. Money can't make me do that. It just can't. You got to be something that makes my body want to do things. I'm not an actress. I'm not good at that. That ain't my calling. You got to be fine. And you ain't gotta be fine like, but you gotta be fine to me. I'm just saying, y'all say I'm crazy. I'm being honest, y'all. You gotta be fine. When people come at me say, Sam, did you marry him? You marry this person you weren't attracted to him? Would I? No, of course not. I thought he was fine. Of course I'm attracted to somebody I'm with or I got married to. Of course I am. Duh. I think that's crazy. But of course there's people that do that. I'm just saying, me personally, I could not. I'm sorry. My body ain't gonna do what it need to do to get married in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be able to do what it did. Bam. I'm pumping the brakes. I'm just saying. Nonetheless, on the other side, right? I'm laughing, I'm joking, y'all. You know I'm joking. A man who is fine, on the other hand, can be unattractive or become unattractive because of everything else. So if you a fine dude, but you ain't got your stuff together, that makes you unattractive. If you a fine dude, but you have a bad personality and a terrible character, it's still a no. Okay, so I saw a video where a guy was saying that because he's tall and he makes a certain amount of money, he had created the fact that he was a high value guy and he was a 7 third. And probably to some women he is. But to me, somebody's character and the way that they carry themselves is a no-go. It's a no-go. It's a no-go. I don't care how, I don't care. People that have been, they might be super fine in the world's eyes. No, ma'am. Stop it. No, ma'am. No. You might be super fine in the world's eyes, but the way that you carry yourself, the way that you act, you can become real unattractive. There are people that I started off being hyper attracted to. I couldn't get enough of. But over time, because their character and their character flaws in the way that they treated me, the way that they spoke to me, the way that they did me, made them completely unattractive to me. So yes, you can be fine and still the entire package ends up not being attractive. Y'all ever met somebody that was super fine, but then you heard them speak or heard them have a conversation? Sparkle, no. You heard them have a conversation, you heard them answer a question, and you're like, oh, they're not attractive anymore. Or they're not as attractive. That's what I'm talking about here, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. You know, in when we're talking about attractiveness, there's two parts of this. There's two things that I'm bringing up here. Attractiveness is important to women. Number two, attraction can be negotiable. As far as physical attraction can be negotiable if other characteristics are there that make me feel like you're a good option. So if somebody is not attractive, if they're not as attractive to me, as far as like I'm not physically drawn to them like that, but they're showing up for me, and there's other aspects of their personality that's super attractive to me, that when all these looks fade, the character of the person is still there, and I'm attracted to those qualities. The physical attraction don't matter, because I have the security of who this person is and their character and how they show up for me. Sparkle, you are doing the most tonight. Sit down, relax. That's what I'm saying. So again, that I'm not going to belabor that point. I see we kind of went all over that, and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, so to speak. But again, when a woman feels like there are really good aspects to this person, and they may not be the most attractive, but they have everything else that I'm looking for, and that makes me attracted to them. That's what makes a woman stay. That's what makes a woman loyal and choose the situation. So I don't need to be, you don't need to be the finest person in the world, but the entire package makes you a better quality candidate for me. Right? Okay. So next is social proof matters. Social proof matters. I think some of you guys already kind of know this, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Influence of friends and social circles. Women care about what their friends think. They do. And as you get older, and I'm in my 30s at this point in my life. As I've gotten older, what my friends think or how they approve, it matters, but it doesn't. In my 20s, what my friends thought mattered way more. What my family thinks does matter to me, even at this age. Women desire for the person that they decide to be with to be impressive to the people that they're around. They just do. That's why they want top of the food chain man. That's why they want a guy that's doing well, looks good, looks the part, has all. They want a man that overall is someone that is impressive. They just do. It's impressive. And I'm not even trying to say that it's the most important thing women have to, because some women at some point will be like, forget what anybody thinks, I'm choosing this man. And that happens as well. But as people make decisions, as they grow, you have to know that women do care about what other people think. And they also they do too much. When your friends and family are saying too much, doing too much. I've had friends, they won't even tell their friends the truth about the person that they're with. Why? Because they don't want their friends or their family to see that person in a certain light. It's the truth, family. Women care about what others think. And so having somebody in your life that your friends and your family would say, oh, good job, or good catch, or this, that matters. It matters. And a lot of times women have to overcome that. Women have to overcome that. I mean, and again, men that are watching me now, y'all know, even you guys have that social proof thing too. Y'all, there's a reason why y'all want the baddest women that you can muster up. Okay, you want to walk into an environment with a woman that's impressive. You do. And that doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you this, that. It's what we do. It's human nature. So we can't just say women are validation. Blah, blah, blah. Men do too. That's why a lot of men or boys, they got a group chat. Men got a group chat. They showing they boys who they like, they crush. Ooh, this girl on social media, y'all seen her? Man, she's so bad. I'm gonna try to shoot my shot, bro. I'm trying to Chef Curry this thing. Whatever that may be. Men have a group chat. Most men got a group chat. And they share who they dealing with, especially if it's a girl that's bad. Y'all know, don't do this. Don't do this. Y'all know I got brothers. I know what time it is. When they have somebody, my brother, if it's a girl that he thinks is impressive, he gonna show me. He gonna show me. He gonna be like, Sam, isn't she bad? And if it's a girl that's not bad or she okay, he ain't gonna show me her. He only gonna show me the one that I would be impressed by. But I know that everybody else, his homeboys or whatever, he's probably showing them everybody, or the person that he feels he's most impressed by. Stop. That's what we do, and it's not to demonize anybody. It's just to say that's what we do. We like to be with impressive people. We do. Stop. We like to be with impressive people. So that's that. All right. And women do it too. Women care about that. I don't care what any woman says. She just has to get to a certain point that she wants the relationship more than she cares about what her friends and family think. But if you are somebody that values family, like I value family, like I'd have to be with somebody that values family the way I do, you want your family to like the person you choose. You want your family to be like, oh, that's a good choice. Or your uncles to hit you up at the cookout and be like, I don't know where you got her from, but nephew, you know what I'm saying? Nephew, I don't know where you got her from, but does she have an auntie? Come on. Yeah, nephew. I taught you everything you know. You know, I taught him everything he knows. You want that. We all want it. We all want it. We all want that. And so that it does matter. Does matter. Okay. I won't go further with that. Emotional reality shapes perception. I think we kind of know this. I'm not going to go into this much more, but women, how we see you is our emotions. We see you through the lens of our emotions. So if we're mad at you, we see you through that lens. If we're happy with you, we see you through that lens. If we are sad at the world or angry at the world, it's the same. We're seeing things through our emotional lenses. So when we're mad with you, we ready to be out. You can't do nothing right, blah, blah, blah. When we're happy with you, you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're doing such a great job. You're impressed. That's how we do it. Women see you through the lens of their emotions. So if you know your girl mad, understand that you might be, when you push up on her, she's not seeing you as fine. She's not seeing you as, oh, I'm attracted to this man. She's seeing you through the lens of her anger. All right. She's seeing you through the lens of her anger. Pam says, that's real as heck. It's true. We see you through the lens of our emotions in the moment. Even if it's not you, if we're frustrated with our day, everything that you do is going to be seen through the lens of our frustration. It takes a more mature woman to understand that about themselves, right? So again, it's very important for us to understand that women, when we're upset, or we're angry, whatever the case may be, we're seeing through the lens of our emotions. We are seeing things through the lens of our emotions. So Nate says, so it's not his fault. It's not your fault, no. And I would honestly say, one second, I got to get this. I would honestly say, family, that you want to get somebody in your life that can acknowledge and take accountability for their emotions, right? You don't want to be with a woman or choose a woman that doesn't own that she's having a bad day. So the way she's coming at you, or she may be coming out of a situation, she's not able to own that that's hers. It doesn't belong to you. It wasn't you. It was the fact that my job irritated me. They just sent me an email at 5 o'clock knowing I'm checking out. That's where you have to find a woman who's mature enough to own her stuff. Instead of trying to make you the problem when we know you ain't the problem. We know we frustrated with the world. We might be frustrated with things that are going on in our lives. And so really the reality is, when you find you know you didn't do nothing wrong, but she has an edge to her, you have to then dial into the woman's love language. If you want to connect with her, or you could just say, you know what, I'm gonna wait till she calmed down. That's wise too. But you could also say, you know what, I'm gonna speak her love language. I don't know what her love language may be. Maybe it's gifts, maybe it's quality time, maybe it's getting her food. Most women, you get us our favorite food, we pretty good at that. Get us our favorite food, we'll be all right. Go to the store and get her favorite ice cream. Go to the store and get her favorite wine or chips, whatever that may be, or go to Chick-fil-A and get her a meal that you know she loves. I'm telling y'all, if I'm having a bad space and my man said, I'm gonna send you a Chick-fil-A meal, I'd be like, where are you? We need to go ahead and get married. We need to go get married. What are we doing? what are we doing? What do you want? What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that is how I would suggest you go about that. But again, a lot of times You just have to understand how that woman responds to stress. And that takes time, right? And this is not for just any woman. This is your woman as we're talking about this. You don't have to deal with people's all over the placeness if you don't want to, if you're just dating and y'all are not in a relationship. But if you are in a relationship with this person and they're frustrated or they're having a bad day and they're taking, they're kind of acting in a way that isn't really them. And they're, women, we don't answer the question when you say, how are we doing? We'll be like, no, we good, we fine. But something ain't right. Speak the love language. Speak the love language. Right? That's how you get through that. That's how you do that. When it's all about that. Somebody said on here that somebody they had given a girl space before and they didn't hear from her for like a month. That wasn't her love language, my brother. You gave her space because you wanted to give her space, but that's not what she needed, right? And I don't know if this is your girlfriend or this is some girl you was talking to, because like I said, like I said, you just made me lose my whole train of thought, Sparkle. No, not that. We don't do that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But again, what we have to understand as we figure all of this stuff out in relationships is that people handle stress differently. People are not taking enough time to see how somebody manages stress. Some people space works. Some people, they want you to press in and they want you to reach out and talk to them and let them know how, like, are you okay? They want that. Everybody wants something different. I'm the kind of girl, I like space, and I'll come back to my senses eventually, but I would like for someone to care, or to feel like somebody cares. But some people, they want you to press up on them. They want you they want to feel like you care and you want to know what's going on with them. Everybody is different. That's why I say you have to understand the person that you're dealing with. But I'm also not, I'm not saying, and let me be very clear, this is not your person, and this is not like your situation, or this is not somebody you like really see a real future with. Then no, don't deal with somebody's bad behavior. But if it's somebody you care about and you really see a future with, then yeah, just understand that woman. Understand her. Speak her language. All right. Let's do the next one, guys. Influence of social media. That's the place that we need to talk. Influence of social media. What I wrote down here is that high expectations set by social media. And I wrote how exposure to high status images or lifestyles impacts perceptions. I think that this has been disastrous for both men and women. Like I said earlier, men do this too. Men do not. I've talked to a lot of men. They're looking at, Instagram models and like, no, I want an Instagram model that acts like a domestic housewife. I want a woman that looks like this, but is submissive, is domestic, can cook and can clean her behind off, is nurturing, is compassionate, they are looking for the unicorn. They're looking for the unicorn. And that's not I don't think it's a bad thing, but we have to understand that nobody is perfect. And sometimes the grass only looks greener on the ground. Sometimes what we're looking for, because we think we see it on the gram, we think it's real. The reality is, a lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's not. So when we talk about everybody, you know, I think social media makes it hard for all of us to settle. And it makes it hard for all of us to be happy with our lives. Comparison is the thief of joy. It makes it hard to be happy with where we are and what we've accomplished because we're in constant comparison with people we've never met and we don't even know it's real. It's smoke and mirrors. That's exactly right. Half the battle. Smoke and mirrors. And guys in the chat, I roll my eyes because I feel like you guys speak in generalizations, but you don't want to be spoken about in generalizations. That's what really bothers me. Oh, baddies are all terrible partners. A woman who's a social media influencer will never be a good. You don't know every social media, just like I can't say all men are dogs or all men are terrible or all men. I can't say that. I don't know every man. I might have had bad experiences, but I'm not going to put that on every other man that exists. How dare you speak? How dare you speak to an entire population of people because of your perceptions? What I don't like about the social media space that has made it so toxic is that people have taken what they think people are or what they think how people what they do and you don't even know anybody. There's people that speak about who I am. I've had people write me and tell me you're probably a terrible girlfriend and this, that, and the third because of the way you look. You don't know me. I don't know you. But because of my appearance, I would be a terrible partner? What? Oh, because you got this going on and this that you don't know me. I don't know you. So you can't judge my character of being a human if I've never had a conversation with you in my life. You see a picture of me that went viral and you're like, "Oh, I know you." No, you don't. You know an image. You might know what I look like, but you don't know me. And a lot of you guys, because you can't, and just keeping it real, I'm keeping it funky tonight. I'm not holding back. A lot of people say, oh, because the woman it is something that is reflection of maybe somebody that's rejected them in the past. Maybe the woman is somebody that they've had bad experiences with. I don't know what that may be. Or because this is not a woman that may be interested in you. I've noticed this. They would not be interested in you real life. So what you do is you find holes and flaws, or you try to find something to pick at them about because you want to put them down to your level. You want to bring them down here. And that's not right. I see women do that and I see men do that. Where they're like, oh, you this dude, but you probably do this, this, and this, and this. You don't know that man. But because you can't get that man, you're over here tearing him down and trying to find a hole in this character that doesn't exist just to make you feel better about the fact that you can't get him. And the opposite is true. There are men that will find women on the internet that they're like, oh, I can't get her, so I'm going to I don't want her anyway. The 8, 9s, and 10s are terrible partners. Oh my, I don't want her anyway. She probably has a snooty personality. And she probably just brushes her teeth with asphalt. I don't know. She's got to be horrible. It's like, you don't know this person. Oh, because she looks like that, she probably has a terrible personality and she's just dry as ice and blah, blah. It's like, no. No. You don't get to speak in generalizations because you've had bad experiences. Just like I can't speak in generalizations because I've had bad experiences. I have great men in my life. So I know good men exist. But have I had bad experiences? Absolutely. But I'm not going to put that on every man walking. I'm not going to put that on every man in that category. So I think it's very unfair when people do that. Because you don't know. You might find a baddie in your city that is a great girlfriend. You don't know. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. My bad. You know I be going off. You know I be going off. You know I be going off. I'm sorry, y'all. He made my blood pressure rise. Back to what I was saying. Self-worth tied to validation. Oh goodness, this is a messy one. A lot of self-worth tied to validation. I think a lot of women, most women, tie how they are perceived by men as their value. And so, rough Raf, you weren't the only one who was saying it. You didn't hit a nerve. I wasn't just talking to you. You actually just started commenting like 5 seconds ago. That's been going on for a minute. So don't give yourself too much credit, beloved. But I appreciate you engaging in the live. Hit the like. Anyway, self-worth tied to validation. Women have tied, just like men have tied, but women have tied their how they're perceived by men, validating them as women. And we're taught that. We're socialized to know or to feel like based upon how men see you is where your value is in the dating market, in the world market. That's just how it is. And so I think a lot of times women are looking for they get into the, especially with social media now, they get into the cycle of toxic behavior where you're seeking validation externally, and it teaches you to do that, and it's a quick dopamine hit every time they do it. What it's dangerous because now I'm only feeling good enough when I get a certain amount of likes. I only feel good enough when a man compliments me. I only feel good enough when I'm getting a certain level of attention. This is hard because that means that if I'm not getting attention, I don't feel good enough. So therefore, I'm on this hamster wheel and I may be trying to find or get all this from you and feeling like you're the problem because you're not filling me up more. You're not filling me up. You're not filling me up. You're not filling me up. And I'm putting it on you and I'm making you feel less than or negative or not good enough when the reality is I don't feel good enough. And it's not your responsibility to fill my cup. It's my responsibility to fill my cup. And so what happens is because society has taught us that other people determine your value and you don't determine your value. And now has created behaviors where we're constantly seeking the validation of other people. Constantly. This is problematic in relationships because, again, there's a lot of people that struggle with getting validation from one person. I'll say this. I had a situation in my life, y'all, transparent moment, when I was in my close to mid 20s, more like my early 20s. And I had a situation called Steven Johnson syndrome that happened to me twice. It's an extreme allergic reaction to a medication combination that I had. I now think it might have been related to lupus, or I have like a mild case of lupus, but I'm not really sure. I don't know the answers. However, I experienced this. And what it did was it changed my entire appearance in 24 hours. JL is right. It's life threatening. It's life threatening. It looks like severe burns. Exactly. I had those severe burns on my face. It burned the skin off of my hands. Anywhere that I had my lips, anywhere I had skin, looked like I had severe burns. There was things coming out of like just it was disgusting. I mean, I don't even want to really just describe it. It was horrible. It was hard for people to look at me very long. My eyes would crust over because it was just oozing things from the inside out. I couldn't control it. I ended up being in the hospital. It taught me a valuable lesson because it didn't happen once, it happened twice. And the second time, I didn't even want to live through the situation. All just being 100% transparent. I didn't even want to live through it because I knew what it would do. I knew how long it would take for me to recover. I knew that I felt like I would never look the same again. Like I said, my entire appearance changed. My eyes changed, my nose, the form of my nose, my lips, my mouth. Like this, anywhere there was skin on my mouth, it was gone, or it looked like it was gone. And then it was horrible. It's horrible. You literally like Google images and Google Steven Johnson syndrome, and you tell me what it looks like. It's horrible. It's horrible looking. It taught me that this look thing that, sewing into my appearance wasn't it. Wasn't it. Because overnight, my entire appearance changed. Overnight. I say all that to say now is that when that happened, I was dating a guy at the time, and I remember seeing him. He came to visit me when I was sick and couldn't even bear to really look at me. I think we actually broke up because of the situation. Like it was like he couldn't bear to look at me. I didn't look the same. It taught me a tough lesson about this whole look thing. Which is why people tell me now, like, oh, your personality, you deep, things like that. Yeah. I'll joke around. I say I'm deeper than the ocean. But it was that experience that taught me that this, like putting my hands in the hands of the audience, can change overnight. It doesn't have to be my fault. It could be something weird that happened with my body that I never saw coming. Dora says it looks painful. It's horrible. It is horrible. Horrible. Mind you, years before that, no, he didn't stick by my side. He cheated on me that night. He cheated on me that night. No, he did not stick by my side. He was back around when I looked like myself again, but I never thought I would look like myself again. I had what was I gonna say? I had like right years before that, I had a situation with being assaulted. I was homeless. I went through so much. Then I go through this experience of Steven Johnson's. It was God humbling me. And who would have not who would have thought that I would be here on this platform now being able to tell the story? But the reason why I am the way I am and the reason why I stay down to earth is that those experiences changed my life. They taught me that putting all of your weight in people finding value in you because of your looks or because of your mind or whatever, or because of your money, those superficial things that can be taken away overnight. I learned that firsthand. I had it happen to me. I'm sitting in the hospital and there's nothing I could do. When I was homeless and I'm sleeping on different people's, bed, whatever they had. My friend had a couch, taking naps in people's beds, and I was working at a shelter at the time. I would spend the night and sleep at the shelter and go to school the next day. I know what it's like to live out of my 99 Honda. I know what it's like to be assaulted. I know what that's all like. The reality was that I was engaging in superficial relationships, and I was a superficial person. Therefore, when real things happened, I didn't have a strong enough connection that was deep because I wasn't deep. At that time, all I was a shell. All I was putting my weight into my appearance. And look where that got me. So then I was always taking my studies more seriously, but I started thinking about my career. I started thinking about my personality. I started thinking about my character. I started thinking about my spirituality. I started thinking more and more and more about deeper things and that weren't just so fluffy duffy, because that's not real. Thank God now, you would never know. You would never know that 10 years ago, I was going through that. 10 years ago, I was in that position. You would never know that. And that's just by the grace of God. But I say that to say that when we put our weight in external, something like that would have ended me. You can look at my hands. You don't even see the burn marks on my hands. The skin off of my hands didn't exist, family. I had to literally wear gloves. I have a picture of me wearing gloves. The skin on my lips had to grow back. The stuff around my eyes, my nose, my entire facial, like I did not look the same. And who was I without it? Nobody. What did I mean to the world without it? Nothing. The problem with today's society is that we are not aware of that. That if those things didn't happen, if God didn't allow those circumstances to occur, I wouldn't be the woman I am today, that thinks deeper than most women, that my core is different. I stay down to earth. Why? Because I know this thing can change. I know who I am. But I'm humble enough to understand that overnight something can change. God gave me this. God can take it away. And so when we have I'm just this external validation, it's one of those things, family. You can't put all your weight into external, and a lot of people do. And that's why in this particular situation, we have a lot of women that's how they're defining themselves, is how they look and what it looks like on the internet. I mean, a lot of women don't even go on live on the internet. Why? Or on YouTube. Why? Because YouTube doesn't have a filter. YouTube don't have a filter. If you don't have a good lighting situation, if you don't have a good you're not going on YouTube. Because YouTube don't have the filters that TikTok and Instagram have. It's harder to go on a platform like this. It's harder to, especially not without a lighting package in a studio. It's hard. But my whole point in my entire platform is to own who I am. Own who I am. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. And not and I cannot do that if I put my validation in your hands. Why? Because I'd be so afraid of saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, that I couldn't touch purpose, that I couldn't be who I am. Because one day you love, the next day you're hated. There's always somebody that's going to find a flaw in you or find something wrong. So in order to be successful, I had to learn not to allow what people think about me to change how I feel about myself. It first starts with me. And unfortunately, not only a lot of women don't have that today. They are defined by how people see them. They are not defined by themselves. And that is dangerous. It's problematic. It is challenging, but it's a reality. All right, y'all. I think I may have given you 8, but I'm going to give you one more. David said, YouTube don't be doing no filters, huh, Sam? No, they don't. They don't do filters. If they did, they'd have everybody over here. Let me see. I might have gotten all of them. Might have gotten all of them, y'all. I might have gotten all of them. Hold on. Yeah, I think I did. I want to make sure I did. And again, I probably gave you guys way more. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one, family. It's the last one. I'm gonna leave it alone, okay? I'm gonna drop the mic on them. I want to first, before I get into it, y'all, the last one, which is really important. I want you guys to go ahead and hit the like button. Hit that like button before you go. I want to thank everybody on the live right now. I have one more, but I want to make sure I do my due diligence. Benji said, my baby mama looking for Benji. Thank you, Benji. I believe we're going to hit 1 million views one day. I believe that too, Benji. Benji says, apply that pressure. Benji says, I get handsome every day. Charles says, I only date balanced, chosen ones of elevation, who know thyself. I love me a first person woman. They check themselves, self-accountability, Samantha. I love that. Charles says, I only date chosen ones, women of elevation, Sam. Benji says he got 6 jobs. They call him Superboy. You big mama for show. I don't know what that means. Michael says, Sam, it's so great to see you live. After a minute, keep letting us know what's up. Love it. So intelligent. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. Benji says, I'll let her know I'm Tony the Target. Okay. And Tommy sent us with a $5 super chat. Thank you guys again for your support. Let me make sure I see if anything on the cash. Oh, yes. Gosh. Tommy, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And David as well. Thank you guys for doing the giving. Here is the last one. This one's probably one of the most important. Guys, please pay attention. Want to make sure you guys are listening. Treatment reflects self-worth. A woman's behavior towards her partner often mirrors her own self-esteem. Confident women tend to be respectful, while those with low self-esteem may exhibit controlling or insecure behaviors. I'm going to read that one again. Treatment reflects self-worth. I've said this a number of times. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. And in today's society, a lot of us don't love ourselves. And because of that, it's reflected in the way that we treat other people. A lot of times, how people treat you is not so much how they feel about you, is how they feel about themselves. So if women are treating you poorly, or they're being inconsistent, or they're being flaky, or they're being this, or they're being that, a lot of that is reflected in how they feel about themselves. What I've learned in life as I've grown is that it's so little about me. It's so much more about other people. Like I used to make everything that everybody did my problem or something I did to cause it. No, most of us are in our own head. Most of us are not thinking about other people. And so what happens is that people get lost in the day-to-day chores of life. Or whatever they're going through, what storms they're going through. And they treat people accordingly. And now what I have learned is that how someone treats you is a reflection of how they treat themselves or what they feel about themselves. If someone is being horrible to you, ugly towards you, they always got a bad attitude, they're not happy with themselves. The Bible says, out of the heart, the mouth speaks. Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. If I don't love me well, I can't love you well. Some of you guys are wondering why women are this way, that way. There's a lot I would dare to say. And there was an article that went out about it. Women are more insecure than they've ever been. More insecure than they've ever been. It is harder today to be okay with who you are because you're constantly either you're doing it to yourself or other people are doing it to you, being compared to other people. Comparison is a thief of joy. Said that earlier. A lot of women treat you, or a lot of men, for women on here, will treat you away. You will personalize it. It's not personal. That's how they feel about themselves. And so it's reflected in how they treat you. If you love you well, you can love me well. Right? And so I don't want you guys, as you're dating or talking to other people or whatever that is, I want you guys to really don't take on things that don't belong to you. Don't take it on. Don't let yourself take it on. Everybody is in their heads. Everybody's in their own head. And the way they treat you may have nothing to do with you at all. I have a quick story. I'll sign off. There was somebody that was communicating with me, and they were, we were just talking. And in the conversation we had, that person said, I feel like it's hard. How do I know I'm not getting the platform Sam versus, the real Sam? And in my mind, I'm like, there's not much of a difference. You know me one way, you know me the other way. I couldn't have done this long without there being authenticity, especially live. There's got to be some type of authenticity to what I'm doing. Because otherwise I couldn't do it. And so, excuse me, y'all, I apologize. And so in this conversation, this person was like, they asked me this question. And I was like, well, no, I mean, who I am online is who I am in real life. But what I knew deep down, my spirit was like, that's because they're not being them, right? They confronted me about me not being authentic or them not really knowing the real me. But the reality was I wasn't getting to know the real them. And I later found that out. So you're putting on me and you're questioning me, but it's really you. That's how you feel. You're giving me platform, blah, blah, blah. But you're not giving me you. And so I said, I said what I said. And then after that situation, they were like, yeah, I just think it's hard for me to be open like that because I don't want to be rejected for who I am. Okay, so that's the truth. It wasn't about whether I was authentic. You questioned me because you're not being authentic. Like they say, when people are cheating, they accuse you of cheating. They know what they're doing. So again, don't personalize a family. When people treat you a certain way, try not to personalize it. Everybody's in their own head, and everybody's dealing with different things. And we just gotta, keep our heads above the clouds, thinking positively, keep our minds on the things above and not the things of this world, because it's a dark world, and if we're just engaging in darkness, we're going to give off dark energy. Okay, so I wanted to end there, guys. As I said, last one was of the reflection of who they are, how they feel about themselves. Treatment reflects self-worth. If somebody is confident, they're going to treat you with respect, while those with low self-esteem may exhibit controlling or insecure behaviors. It's really about how they feel about themselves. It's not so much about you. All right. All right, family. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live. Please comment. Again, hit the like buttons for the free 99. I want to go ahead and thank everybody that supported me tonight. Hit the super chats at the Cash App. Thank you so much. You don't know, it does not go unappreciated. Appreciated. I work very hard at this. Me and Pam, we really try. And so I'm very grateful for all that you guys have decided to contribute to what I do here. Again, if you have not yet already, hit the subscribe button. Listen, we going and growing, y'all. This train ain't stopping. And we try to put out quality content 5 days a week. We put out long form content 2 times a week. Would love for you guys to be a part of our fast growing Game Changer Nation. Last but not least, if you, like I said before, hit that free like button. It's for the free 99. It's for the free 99. And Pam, thank you for sharing that as well. Send us any videos or topics, please. Please do. We want to create content that is meaningful to you. So please send us what you got. We got teamlovesamanthalee@gmail.com. We want to create content that is most beneficial to you. Okay? I love you guys. Have a great evening. I will see you guys next week on Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be going live from my phone again, like I did last week. And we'll be talking about another topic called Is She Interested? That is the next topic. Is she interested? You guys come with your scenarios, and I will answer whether or not I feel, based upon my experience and my education, is she interested? All right. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys on Monday. Have a great night.